Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my Easy Cooking channel tonight. How you guys doing? You know what? Tonight I'm not going to cook anything. I'm going to take a break from working on this stove and oven. Okay? Tonight I'm going to answer a request. Okay? Some of my sharpening videos are up in the hundreds of thousands of views. And every day I get messages and emails from people asking me what gear it is that I use to sharpen my knives. And I answer each and every one of those private messages, and I answer each one of those emails one at a time. I have probably answered thousands of them. Okay? So this week I decided to do a video to show all of you out there the exact gear that I use to sharpen my knives, to get them to the scary sharp razor sharpness I get them to, so that you in turn can use the same gear or any other gear that you want to use. But today's video, I'm going to show you what I use to sharpen my knives, okay, to get them razor sharp. Okay, okay guys, so let's get going. Before I get into my stone sets or my plate sets, I want to introduce you to this diamond plate. Okay, this is a DMT 120 micron, 120 grit stone. Okay, it's an 8-inch stone plate. Okay, at 120 mesh or grit. Okay, this plate is designed for significant, really significant stock removal. So the more aggressive you are with this plate, the more aggressive this plate will be with the metal that you lay down to it. So I suggest if you need something this coarse, this aggressive, you take it easy with it, because this is for severely neglected blades. Chipped up, nicked up, dinged, banged, dented. This is where you start to repair that kind of blade. But because it's diamond, okay, you don't have to be very forceful. Let the diamond do the work. This is a very aggressive cutter. Okay? So besides this, now we're going to move on to showing you some of the other plates I use. Alright, so we're back. Okay, this is the first set of DMT diamond plates that I ever owned. These plates are about 14 years old. I've been working for the cutlery store that I presently manage for 16 years. I've had these for about 14 years, okay? And they're still cutting metal, and they're still sharpening knives today. This is my first set, and I'm going to introduce you to them. This one here is the DMT W6X Black 6x2, 220 mesh by 60 micron. Okay, now the mesh, a lot of people call this a 220 mesh and a 220 grit, and basically they're the same thing. If you had an aluminum oxide belt or a zirconia belt, it would be 220 grit, but they call it mesh because of the way the mono surface diamonds lay on this nickel silver plate. But for all intents and purposes, the phrase mesh and the phrase grit mean the same thing here. So this is a 220 mesh, 220 grit at 60 micron. This is much like that 120 plate I just showed you. This plate is for significant stock removal. Okay, when your blade has nicks, chips, dings, dents, this plate will remove metal very quickly. You have to be careful when using these aggressive plates. Okay, they're diamond, they're harder than anything, so take it easy, let them do the work. Okay. Next up is this one here, the DMT W6CP Blue 6x2. Okay, this is 325 mesh by 45 micron. This is also used to fix damaged and neglected blades, but it's not as aggressive as the 220, nor is it as aggressive as the 120, but it will still get the job done. It'll just do it a little bit slower. Okay. Now next here, this red one, this is the DMT W6F Red 6x2. This is a 600 mesh grit, what they consider a fine, at 25 micron. This is used to refine the edges that you aggressively cut with these two stones here. Okay, so these will refine the edges and start to micro bevel them. Okay, it's a good maintenance grit. Okay, and it's good for quick touch-ups and honing. Okay, and then this one here, this is the DMT W6E Green 6x2. This is a 1200 mesh grit at 9 micron. This is for ultra-fine polishing and can give a razor's edge. Okay, this would be a final stage, you know, for a lot of pocket knives unless you wanted to go higher. But 1200, this would be a final stage. Now, this was my first set. These 6-inch plates are, as far as I'm concerned, good for small to medium-sized knives, anywhere from 1-inch to 6-inch blades. You could probably sharpen an 8-inch blade effectively on these, but in my experience, these are good for between 1-inch and 6-inch blades, as there's enough real estate to cover that. So this is my first set, and now I'm going to move on to my second set of stones, plates. I'm going to move on to my second set. Okay, so we're back. Now, this was the second set of plates that I purchased to sharpen knives, and these are double-sided plates, okay, by DMT, what I use. This one here is the DMT W8CXNB. This is the coarse, extra coarse, okay? The coarse being the blue, okay, 325 mesh grit, and the coarse being the 220 mesh grit black, used for significant metal removal and shaping of a blade. Okay. The second plate that I have here is the DMT W8EFNB. Okay, and this is the fine red, as you can see here, and extra fine green, 600, 1200. Okay, this combo plate is for polishing and refining of the blade to get to the razor's edge. Okay, these two combo plates, they can be used dry or wet or with soapy water, as with any of these DMT stones. Okay, these particular plates can be used for medium to large blades. I'd say between 8 to 14 inches I've sharpened with these plates. 8 to 14 inches is comfortable. And now I'm going to move on and show you the third set of plates that I use. So hang on tight. Okay guys, these are my newest babies. These are DMT 10-inch combo plates, okay? This one here is the DMT W250CXNB, okay? It's the black blue, or coarse extra coarse. Coarse being the blue, as denoted by the dot. Extra coarse being denoted by the black. Okay, we're talking about 220 and 325, okay, mesh or grit, okay. The 220 being at the black is at 60 micron, the 325 being at 45 micron, and yes, once again, this stone or plate is used for significant stock removal of neglected or damaged blades for repairs, okay. This is an excellent plate, okay. This next plate is the DMT 250 EFNB, fine extra fine. Fine being denoted by the red dot, extra fine being denoted by the green dot. Okay, this stone is for the refinement of the blade after you've used the 250 CXNB. This plate or stone will get the polish and mirrored edge that you want and the refinement that you want out of your edge. Okay, both of these stones can sharpen a knife effectively anywhere from, with the 8-inch stones, I've done upwards of 14-inch blades. With these two particular plates, I could probably sharpen anything from between a 10 and a 15-inch blade quite easily, or a little bit longer. I have been known to do 24-inch machetes on plates this big. Okay, you can use these wet, you can use these with water, or you can use these with soapy water. Okay, but the best thing I like about DMT is they never gully and they never dish. Okay, So this is what I'm currently using, and I'm going to move on to a couple of specialty plates. So hang on tight. Okay guys, these are a couple of new specialty plates being put out by DMT, and I use them quite often. Okay, this one here, okay, is an 8,000 mesh, 8,000 grit, okay, 8-inch stone. This will put a mirror finish on a Yanagiba. You could cut sushi all day long with the kind of mirror finish that this plate puts on a knife. Okay, prior to that one, this is a limited run DMT 4,000 grit 6 micron plate. Okay, so when you're finished with the 1,200 grit mesh, you could take it to the 4,000 and the 8,000 and have a sushi grade wicked edge for cutting just about anything you want. I use these when I want that kind of edge. When I cut sashimi, salmon, okay, anything at all, when I cut fish, I go to the 4,000 and I go to the 8,000. These are wonderful plates, used dry, wet, or with soapy water, okay? These never gully, okay? This is why I use diamond plates. Now I'm going to show you a couple other things I use, so hang on tight. Okay guys, here's some supplemental gear that I use, okay? Let's get going. Actually, let me switch this around. There we go. Let me switch this around. All right. When I'm done sharpening the knife on the diamond plates, sometimes, depends on what I want to do, depends on the knife, I go to these ceramic plates. These are synthetic ceramic, okay? These are Spyderco synthetic ceramics, okay? This is a model 302F, roughly a 1,200 grit, just like the green DMT. Just depends on which one I want to use, okay? Put some mirror polish on a knife, a razor's edge. I love it on my carbon steel pocket knives, okay? This one is a Spyderco 302UF. This is about a 2,000 grit synthetic diamond. This puts the cat's meow of a scary razor edge on a carbon steel knife or even a stainless steel knife after I use this one. It just depends on, like I said, the mood I'm in and what stones I want to use. And this here is my baby. This here is a translucent black surgical Arkansas stone. Now, it doesn't look translucent right now because it gets that translucent look when you've put oil to it. It begins to look like obsidian glass, but I don't use oil, because if you use oil on a stone and then you run out of oil and try to use water, the water beads off. So I only use water on my stones. Now, people ask me all the time, what is the grit of this black Arkansas stone? The fact of the matter is, an Arkansas stone is a natural quarry stone. It's called novaculite, okay? And this particular kind of stone is not rated in grit, it's rated by density. But regardless of that fact, the density rating of this black Arkansas stone is roughly equivalent to 4,000 grit. And I love this on my carbon steel knives. Okay, if you're a professional chef or a professional foodie like me, you might be interested in knowing what kind of honing rods I use, okay? And this particular combination of honing rods keeps my blades razor sharp in the kitchen. I would dare to say that there's not a kitchen I could work in all of Las Vegas that I couldn't have the sharpest knives in the kitchen using these three tools right here, period, hands down. I know that's ringing a bell, but that is the way it is, okay? The first tool that I use is a corrugated Japanese steel, okay? A few light touches on this, and I have an edge capable of doing my tomatoes, my celery, my onion. This corrugated steel imparts some micro teeth if you use it lightly. You don't have to use excessive pressure, because if you do use excessive pressure, you'll roll the edge each time. Okay, you don't have to use a lot of pressure. Okay, the second rod I use is a DMT 600 mesh grit round honing rod, okay? This one actually removes metal, okay? This one will remove metal from a blade that's starting to round or getting deformed, okay? And then after that, I'll use this MAC black ceramic. This is a 6,000 grit ceramic rod. And after I'm finished using the 600 to shape a blade, I'll polish and refine it on this 6,000, and I'll be cutting sashimi all day. A combination of these 3 rods is excellent in the kitchen, and if you're interested, I have a 3-part series on how to sharpen a knife using honing rods. I suggest you check it out if you're a kitchen professional. Okay, as a final add-on to this video, I thought I would show what I carry in the field when I go hiking or bushcrafting or even hunting, okay? These are DMT diafolds, and this is the full spectrum of mesh or grit that I need to sharpen my knives. Now, I did a video for a Marine gunny, wanted to know how to sharpen his knife in the field, and I used these files, okay? This is what I carry with me in my backpack or shoulder pack every day, whether I'm hiking, camping, bushcrafting or not, even if I'm just in the urban jungle, because I carry pocket knives. I carry these with me every day so I can sharpen them, okay? These are diafolds, okay? This one here is a black blue, okay? 220, 325, used for significant stock removal of damaged blades. Chips, nips, nicks, dips, okay? This file is used to take massive amounts of metal quickly if used aggressively, okay? The next one I have is the red-green, 600, 1200, 600 here, 1200 here. This one is used for the refinement of the edge after it's been reshaped from the more aggressive stone or plate, okay? Now this one here is one of DMT Specialties. This is a 1200 for refinement and an 8,000 mesh grit, if I wanted to use that much. Okay, usually in the field, I don't like going beyond 2,000 grit. Okay, it's really not necessary. And I also use this pocket-size Spyderco combination stone. This is a 600 grit synthetic, and this is a 2,000 grit synthetic, okay? This is what I use when I go out in the field, but I carry them with me every day, okay? So now you guys know what I use to sharpen my knives, and obviously you guys have seen how sharp I get my knives, so you might want to consider getting some of this stuff, because the best part of it is it doesn't wear down. This stuff will last forever. It will not gully like Arkansas stones. It will not gully like Japanese water stones, which in my humble opinion are just a fad that comes by every 25 years or so. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, please, I'd like you to subscribe, comment, and like on this, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Hi guys, I want to thank you for stopping by my Easy Cooking channel tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, I love using these DMT diamond plates, okay? They literally last forever. My oldest set is literally 14, 15 years old, okay? They never dish, they do the job, okay? People have told me, oh, I wouldn't use them on high-end knives, and believe me, they are wrong, because I have used them on high-end knives. They're the best product I've ever seen for sharpening knives, and if you use them correctly, they will work on any knife, any steel. So I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next week. Okay, next week I'm doing a pizza because I owe Lindsay Wells a pizza. I made the pizza last week and I screwed up the video. I ate the pizza, it was delicious. But next week I'm making an artisan pizza for Lindsay Wells. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.